Strike presents Your Hit Parade, starring Frank Sinatra.
Right.
The makers of Instant Chase and Sanborn Coffee present the Charlie McCarthy Show.
Andy, listen, the man is just about to say it.
Yeah, let's everybody listen.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, by air, President Roosevelt has just announced.
The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused
It's dawn, mid-August. As daylight spreads over this small-town grass strip airfield, you sense that something will be different about this day, an intangible, magical something. It's a dreamlike scene found in someone's memory. It's a feeling, a smell in the air, a sound. That sound.
Yes, this weekend would be different. The things we'd see here would become indelibly etched upon our minds. Moments in history books brought back to life. A time many of us had only read about, but for some, memories would be made tangible.
It's like the return of an old friend. And you see these airplanes that you flew or worked with. It's not the memories that come back, it's the association with the pieces of equipment. And I don't know how many air people you've talked to, but they're a good bit like sailors. Their airplane is she. And if you ask any pilot, really, if he's got an airplane he flies in combat, that's at least his second love. It may be his first love, but sometimes it's his second love, and they mean it. You live with that airplane, it becomes part of you. And you really have an affection for it.
I think it's the greatest thing that ever happened, to live through roughly 3 years of air service. And you think back at the whole thing, not just the combat, the training and everything. It was a great experience.
I think we had a more decent way of looking at life back in those days. I think people are nostalgic, they're reaching back for something they've lost. It's not only the interest in the old airplanes, it's the interest in an era that's long gone, a more decent time.
There are only 9 of them still flyable in the entire world, and 6 of them are still flyable this afternoon.
Watch closely and remember, for what we'll see here might never happen again. The National Warplane Museum has assembled 93 vintage World War II aircraft for their 1988 show. Included in today's performance, the PT-17 Stearman, Bill Dobbs and the 6 of Diamond's Precision Flying Team, Bill Anderson's P-40 Warhawk. We'll see a rare P-51 Mustang formation. And at the end of this glorious day, we'll witness history as 6 B-17 bombers ascend into the sky and transform our magnificent Genesee Valley into a giant open-air time machine. This moment was a long time in coming. The National Warplane Museum had worked nearly a decade to make this dream come true. Founder Austin Wadsworth.
I guess the purpose of the museum, to me personally, is to preserve something that I think is sacred, and a period of history that I remember that were very important in forming a lot of the values that I have, and I think is important to have there, to refer to.
What began 10 years ago as a quaint country air show has turned into one of this nation's finest World War II flight demonstrations. Each show takes a full year of preparation, but for Austin and the rest of the volunteers, it truly is a labor of love.
The emotional cord that it pulls in me is actually remembering those times and how I felt then, the fear that I felt about the war, and the pride I had in the fact that that we were doing what we were doing, and it was good and it had to be done. The dedication of the older men, not that much older than myself, who went off and died in that war, and that's what does it for me when I hear the veterans talk or when I see 6 B-17s up.
Okay, B-17, buddy, on takeoff roll.
Planes take to the sky with the same determination they did so long ago. This spirit lures their former pilots, World War II veterans, who can barely believe it's been 40 years. They relive and remember. They reflect on their time in the service and, in turn, share those memories with us.
The third mission, July the 13th, 1944, to Munich. We got one man shot in the head. We got 2 engines knocked out. We come back by ourselves. We got hit by 5 109s, Messerschmitt 109s, and we made it.
Like the pilots, the planes have their own very personal histories. Each engine speaks its own special language, and as the planes pass, the propellers whisper secrets about their brave past.
Produced by the propellers, not by the engine itself.
Are you going to be landing when the show is over? Oh, going to leave after one more pass. Okay, sir.
While the purpose of this weekend is to celebrate World War II flight, it is also to pay tribute to our modern-day military, with flybys from jets like the Air Force F-4 fighter and the Marine Corps Harrier.